Bringing the hype.
And Ben,
I got nothing this week.
what?
I don't.
I just brought the hype.
How?
I don't. My brain fried. There you go.
It fried.
Yeah, it fried.
You killed the hype. The hype is dead.
Yeah, I killed the hype. Yeah. Where's my knife?
Long live the hype.
Self-deprecating Ben is
My
back.
American hype. So since Justin's all hyped today, let's go to him first.
I mean, you do that anyway.
That's the joke.
Funny joke. Let's see. I have been trying to play other stuff so I can report in. But that's hard because I just haven't really felt like playing anything. I've been watching a lot of stuff, but haven't been playing much. I streamed more Hysteria yesterday. That was still a lot of fun, still very anime, but like the story's going to some cool places. The stream last night ended with like a meeting with the royals of the city that I was in, and I got a kick out of the fact that everyone had an entire chicken in front of them for dinner.
And your hero had sunglasses on the whole time.
Yeah, you can do like cosmetics that you pick out through the game, and they stay on during cutscenes, which is my favorite thing about the game already. Because he's such a cool cucumber while he's being interrogated by these evil royals. But anyway, so yeah, like you see these characters sitting around the table that are very obvious, like evil tropes in games. And they're trying to play it off like they're the authorities, and you're like, all right, these are obviously the bad guys. I know where this is going to go, but like, it's still cool the way it plays out. It's a lot of fun. And I really like the like hooded thief group that's popped up a few times. I'm not sure what their deal is, but they're cool. And they wear their masks like everyone should. But yeah, I don't have too much to say on that. I did learn how to like fuse with the seraphims and get like a bunch of different attacks and stuff, and that was really cool. But I haven't used it too much because the combat's super easy and I feel like I don't need to. But I like the game. It's just kind of like, it's weirdly simple for a game that has so many mechanics. Let's see, and then oh, that's great audio. Sorry. I got a few things in the Steam Summer Sale, but I haven't jumped into too much yet because that started, yesterday? Something like that. But I finally, like I've talked about it for months, I finally picked up Divinity Original Sin 2. Because I've been kind of curious about that for a long time, and I'm impatient for Baldur's Gate 3. Because like even with the beta coming out in August, I still feel like that's going to be pretty rough. So I kind of want to I want to get a feel for how that type of game works with this one, so that I'll be ready for Baldur's Gate 3. Because I think that's going to be more like what I want Divinity to be. But it's something. But anyway, Divinity's pretty cool. I'm not totally sold on it. It's a little it's almost too open for me, and yet still pretty restricted. So like the whole gimmick of the game is you can make whatever choices you want, kind of similar to like D&D or something like that. But it doesn't really play out in a D&D way. Like I want the die roll percentage type thing to all of your actions, and I want that you have one movement action, one attack action, etc. But the way this works is you have a certain number of action points in combat, and different abilities take different numbers of action points, and different amounts of movement take different number of action points. So it's a very solitary system. It doesn't feel like it's based on D&D or Pathfinder or anything like that. It's its own thing. And so it's a little difficult for me to get into because I don't really like how the action point system works. Because it feels like a turn-based RPG, but it's got that kind of free-flowing, you need to keep moving around the field and all that element to it. But you never want to waste action points on moving. And so it's kind of, it feels a little bit at odds with itself, but it's got some really cool stuff. Like there's environmental things you can interact with. So like there might be an oil barrel or something on the playfield. And so if you attack that oil barrel, it'll, spew oil everywhere. And then you can hit that area with the fire spell and it'll all like light up. Or you can just hit the barrel with the fire spell and it'll light up automatically. And anything like in range of that will start burning. And like there's certain spells where maybe like, you can like make an enemy wet. I know. And then you can hit it with an electricity spell on your next turn. So like it's drenched, like it's in a puddle of water, and then you hit that water with an electricity spell and it electrocutes it. So like there's kind of cool ways to like manipulate that stuff around the battlefield, but it all feels very gamey. Like the thing with Baldur's Gate 3, what they're saying is you can take on encounters any way you want. Like it feels like D&D, where you have a bunch of different actions you can do and all of that. This is very much, you can attack, you can use a spell, you can use like a scroll or item or something out of your hotbar. What those things do is pretty dynamic, like I said, with water, oil, fire, that kind of thing. But it's all within the structure of the video game rules they've set. It doesn't feel like a physics system or anything like that. And then outside of combat, there's some really nice interactions with characters and stuff where you have like a bunch of dialogue options for everything. But I never really get the sense that the options matter all that much. Like it seems like you can, calm someone down and prevent them from fighting you. You can maybe get a little more information than you would otherwise, but it still feels like at the end of the day, the dialogue has to go to a point. So basically what I'm saying is like, I wanted a game that feels like D&D, and this scratches that itch, but it doesn't feel like it. It's a fine comparison. But I haven't jumped too much into it. I'm only like a few hours in. And I did one of like the origin characters because the character creation system was kind of overwhelming. And so I figured I'd start with this, kind of get a feel for the game, and then, maybe do another run, like start over with a character that's not pre-built. Because like the pre-built characters are kind of cool. They have their own dialogue options and certain things because they have like renown in the world. So like, if they've heard of you, they might react to you differently. Whereas like if you just play a character that you built from the ground up, you're a stranger to everyone. Like you're just like anyone else. So it's kind of cool to play the different ways. And I feel like the dialogue system is definitely where the game strives. But I haven't experienced enough of it. Actually exploring around the world is kind of interesting though, because like it just looks like an environment. Like it's hard to tell what you can interact with. And like the boxes and chests and things like that you can loot kind of blend in with everything else. So like there's a button you can hit to see like what lootable items are on the map. Kind of like the like hitting Alt to check your treasure and like Diablo or something like that. And then there's also like secret paths that you can find just by kind of being alert and like seeing through like a thing of vines, for example. And you're like, oh, I can kind of see a path back there, and you can like take your character back there and it'll say hidden path found. But it's not totally clear where you can and can't go, because it's the traditional point and click system where you point on the map where you want to go, and then like the character walks there. But sometimes you'll get to where you're going, like to the edge of it, and you'll think, oh, maybe this is a hidden path. I'm just going to keep going this way. And it's nothing. Like it's a drop off cliff where it looks like maybe you could kind of like shimmy down a ramp or something. So like it does a good job at being immersive. Like the world feels lived in and real, but it also doesn't feel like it's it's almost not enough of a game. Because it's like you can't tell like what, the things you can actually interact with don't stand out.
I wish like it had like the Final Fantasy VII-S markers like here.
Kind of.
Go here.
Because even like, hitting Alt to make the interactable things show up, that's just like if a corpse is on the ground, or like, there's an herb in the field that you can collect, things like that. It's not like if there's a treasure chest or, a box with stuff in it or whatever like that. So it's kind of hit or miss on like what it actually like recognizes as something you can interact with. But then like it's also really cool the way you can interact with things, because like you go up to a door, for example, and if you have the key, you can unlock it. If you have lock picks, you can pick the lock on the door. If you don't have anything, but you have a strong weapon, you can just beat at the door until you take down its HP and break it open. So things like that, there's a lot of different ways you can come at things. But again, it's all very structured. It all feels like they had some plans of the way they wanted you to do things, but left those 3 or 4 different options open to you. So it's more like a Fallout, an Outer Worlds, that kind of thing, than like a full-on like simulated D&D type game where the sky is the limit. And I'm hoping Baldur's Gate 3 is more like that, but I don't know for sure. But I do like the game. I was actually playing it just before we started, because I wanted to jump back in for a little bit more. And so like I'm gonna keep playing it. I'll report back. Maybe it'll be a Witcher 3 and it'll grow on me more. Not Witcher 3 for me, but Witcher 3 for Ben. But I feel it's a little too limited for what I expected it to be right now. And then I picked up the new Monster Boy game, but I haven't started it yet. It was one of those like I thought I would enjoy, so I wanted to grab it. But I'm trying to not play a million games at once right now. So I've got the ones I'm playing on my stream, and then like a few other things I want to play. But Monster Boy is on the list. I've never actually played any of them, but the most recent one sounded like it was almost like somewhat Metroidvania, so I thought that would be a good one to jump into.
Yeah, it definitely has, like, it's not hardcore, but like it definitely has those elements, and it also has a really pleasant art style.
Yeah, that definitely drew me in. And like the transformations.
I have the title. I'm looking at my Switch cases right now. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom.
That's it. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
But it's like it's based on another game. Like it's not a remake, but it's like a spiritual re-envisioning of like one of the other games, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of Monster Boy games, yeah.
Yeah, so it's confusing. Anyway, the other one I want to talk about is Invector. I had to think of the title because it's kind of a weird word. And this game's actually really cool. Like I hadn't heard of it, but it was on like I guess it's part of the Steam Summer Sale. But it's on like its own like audio game sale. And it's really cool. It's kind of a, it's a little budget game that's just kind of a fun like jump in rhythm game. But it's kind of a charity tribute to Avicii, who killed himself in 2018. And it takes a collection of, his music. I always feel that's weird to say because like he's a DJ and producer. Like he doesn't sing or anything like that, but it is his music technically. Like it's, his compositions and stuff. But yeah, it's a collection of his songs put into a rhythm game format. But you actually like you fly around in this spaceship and you kind of move across the different tracks. And then in between, it switches between like just a 3-track kind of like almost, Guitar Hero type structure where it's like you see the lanes. And then it'll go to like a 3D like triangle form where you actually kind of like tumble over each wall. So it's still 3 lanes, but it's like, they're in a triangle form. And then kind of the chorus like freestyle interstitial sections, you're just flying through the air, like, Star Fox style. And you can go through like rings, that are essentially the kind of the freestyle beats, to continue your combo. And it's just a lot chiller. Like, I kind of do like little waves to the music, but you don't get extra points for that or anything. I just think it's kind of fun to fly around as the ship. And then you land back on the track and continue the rhythm sections. But it's kind of a hard game to explain because like it is just a rhythm game, but it's got some great style to it. And I think it's a lot of fun. It's also like one of the hardest rhythm games I've ever played. I immediately jumped in at medium because I was like, I can do Beat Saber on expert. I'll be fine. I can do some Beat Saber songs on expert. I should preface, I'm not that good. And yeah, I jumped in on medium. Like the first few songs weren't terrible. Like I was struggling a little bit because there's a lot of buttons to keep track of, but like I could do it. But about 6 or 7 songs into the list, I was like, dang, I need to drop this to easy. So like this is a game where easy is normal. And everything after that is like, you have to be 100% focused. Like you can't have anything going on in the background. You have to be on the beat. You have to like have your hands clenched around the controller. Honestly, it's a game I wish was on VR, because I'll try to kind of explain the way the button layout works and why it would work better in VR. So you have, your face buttons, which are your beats essentially. And on easy, it's just, well, I played it on Xbox. So it's just A and X. But like I said, it's a 3-track system. So it's not like it's, X on the far right, and then like, A and B in the middle, and then like Y on the far left or anything all the time. It's like those 3 tracks can have anything on them. So, you might be like A in the middle, and then jump over to X on the side, and then A on the side, and then back over to X in the middle. And like it goes all over the place. Which feels a little weird to me. If you're used to something like Guitar Hero where, the lanes are the notes. And it's just a matter of when they show up.
You ever played Rock Band Unplugged?
No.
Is it like that?
I don't know. I've never played it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's basically, it's got different lanes for each instrument, and you'd have to hop between them to do the button presses.
Huh.
Sort of.
Yeah. I
mean, it is hopping between lanes. But like, what gets me about it is, just to kind of get back into it, the other thing you have is, kind of a bump. Again, like Rock Band, where you have like the, the drum, the kicker or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's on the shoulder. So you've got your face buttons that pop up, and you've got your shoulder bump. And then you have like slides basically, which is like the directional in whatever way. And the way it's supposed to work, like how it works in easy, is it slides you into another lane, and whatever lane it slides you into is what the notes are going to be on. And then it'll slide you back to the next lane, and the notes will be on that lane. And then, so like the slides kind of guide you to the next lane. And medium, they're all over the place. So it might, slide you to a lane, and then suddenly the next note is on the lane you were just on. So you have to actually go back yourself and continue the combo, and then it might slide you over and slide you back. And so like that was weird to me.
Apparently this game has split screen PvP in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has remote play.
That's
if you want to check it out.
All right.
I kind of do want to try the multiplayer. I feel like it's probably like a head-to-head thing. But it
Yeah.
actually has like 4-player like remote play multiplayer.
I wanted to play this. It was originally on Xbox. I saw it on, but I never got it for some reason. I think I just couldn't find a copy here.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing it's on Steam now, like that's cool. I want to check it out.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like I'm not trying to like downplay it or anything. It's great, but I'm probably never gonna play on anything other than easy, because there's just so many buttons to juggle. Like as soon as you go up to medium, you also have B to deal with, and like I said, you have like it'll slide you off on a lane, but then you have to actually take yourself back over, because the notes will show up on any lane regardless of whether it slid you there or not. And so like that feels weird because like you're off the beat when you're sliding back over because you're not doing it on a slide. But I feel like it would work better in VR because like the slides would be kind of like in Beat Saber where you actually move your head to like, you know, get away from the block things that come by. And then the prompts that show up on screen would be just like, you know, like slashing it or something. Not necessarily like Beat Saber, but like you use your hand or like the motion controllers or something to like hit where the button, where the prompt shows up. And then the beats would be like hitting in the triggers on the controller or something. So you don't have to juggle as many buttons. It's more motion based. And then you can go all over. But like, my fingers don't always work that well. So it gets into some of those more complicated runs and like I'll be one button off the... What?
Old man movements.
Yeah. Like seriously, I have like early carpal tunnel set again. I had for a while though, to be fair. But yeah, so like I that's why I don't do great with like fighting games and stuff like that because I just like I get off with my inputs. Like I'm just delayed enough.
I'm a
so
child, sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I get off with okay. I gotcha. You child. So like I'll be one button off on the entire combo and then I'll have to like wait and skip a few so I can get back into it. But with motion, that's not a problem because like you're always like, you know, your hands are doing the hits. So yeah, I actually looked up to see if there was any kind of like VR mod or anything for the game, and it's still fairly new. It came out in January. So that's maybe something that they'll bring in the future, but it's a pretty small team. It's like a $20 game. Like it's not, you know, it's not huge. I actually only found out about it because the Switch version is coming out soon. Called Encore Edition, and they're adding in some more songs to it, and then they're making those songs available as DLC for the other versions.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, is this some kind of new game? But then I found out it came out in January. But yeah, it's great. I feel like it's one that not many people talk about. And like Avicii has a really cool catalog of songs.
Yeah, he does.
Like a lot of variety and stuff too. Because like I said, he's not the singer. So it's not like, you know, you're just playing like a game about Green Day or something. Like where a lot of it sounds very similar with the same vocals and all that. It's like, it's a whole, you know, wide variety of music from all different singers.
Yeah.
Just kind of mixed with that same like fun, upbeat, like synth style to it. So those are the main two I wanted to talk about, which ironically were both mostly like today. But like I said, I haven't really been feeling like playing much. Plus I've been doing a lot of work down in the basement and stuff. So like I haven't had much time. I did briefly jump back into Dead by Daylight. I checked out the Silent Hill DLC for that. And I don't do killer. Like I don't enjoy them. I did play against a Pyramid Head, and he is terrifying. And it was a good Pyramid Head too, so like you couldn't hide from him or anything.
What defines a good Pyramid Head?
Well, I mean, I don't know what makes a good killer in general because I don't play killer, but like we lost, and
okay. Well, yeah.
And like no one could hide. Like he was on everyone, and it was like one of the swamp levels. There's like the big cattails and stuff that stick up, so it's an easier level to hide in. And
natural hot dogs.
Yeah. And still, he was finding everyone.
Does he drag the big sword with him?
Yeah.
So
he has a move that like creates like barbed wire behind his sword in a trail.
Oh.
And if you run past that, like while it's down, you get like wrapped up in it. And I think he can see you or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly his perks or anything. But he also has a move where if he's taking you down like prone, he can just like kill you on the spot. So I think you have to be on your second hook for it to work. So like instead of putting you up again and having you taken out, he can like kill you immediately or put you in the cage where someone has to come like get you out of that. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff there. But I played as Cheryl like the entire night because I was trying to get her stats up and stuff. And she has a few cool perks too, but nothing really worth talking about. But I just wanted to point out real quick that you can tell a clear difference, like how long this game has been out, because there's the characters and skins and stuff that were out from like 2016 or whatever when the game first launched and kind of looked like trash, and the new DLC characters that look way better. So like when you're in a lobby with, you know, someone playing like one of the OG survivors and then like one of the nice like licensed DLC characters, it's like a generational jump between the character models. It's kind of funny. And like Pyramid Head looks great. Expensive. Like he's got grime on him, and yeah, it's cool.
I guess it's too expensive to update those models.
I guess like this new it might not have been this update, but they have an update coming, maybe with the crossplay, that's supposed to do a bunch of graphical updates to like the environments and stuff. Like some more dynamic lighting and like retooling some of the building textures and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess they've never really touched the character models, which is kind of weird. And as a final note, the Silent Hill DLC came with a new level, which is the Midwich Elementary. And like the map of that level is 1-for-1 the Silent Hill elementary school map. So like if you're curious about how to get around that level, you can literally just pull up that map from the game and it'll tell you exactly where everything is. It's actually really cool. Like I'm not a big Silent Hill fan, but like that attention to detail is great. But yeah, I think that's all I got actually.
Ben?
So no Xenoblade this week. Because I promised, and I did play a lot of it, trust me. There was a point where I'm like, oh fuck, am I gonna break my oath? And I didn't. Injustice.
Did you play Outer Worlds though?
No, I didn't, because I started it up and like, dude, it's not that. It's like I thought it was a bad idea to like jump into a big RPG. Even I don't think Outer Worlds is that big, but just like another with complicated systems when I'm in the middle of something where I'm like nearly completing it. So I was like, I probably will jump into that right after I beat Xenoblade, where it's like done. Versus like other games I played this week, I can drop in and drop out. I will though. I will. I'm pretty sure I'll love it. At least I hope I do, and I hope I don't get motion sickness. Which is always the detriment for first-person shooters for me. But anyways, Injustice 1 was free. It's not free at the time anymore, but it was free. And I got it because why the fuck not? And because I hadn't played the game in quite a while. I owned it on my PS3. Funny enough, I bought it on PS3 base version, hated the matchmaking, sold my physical copy, bought the digital, like the golden, the best edition, for $5, and then I fell in love with Batgirl. The rest is history. And so that's the first character I played. I didn't really do much with it, honestly. I just wanted to like, well, let me just press some buttons. And it's funny to me how NetherRealm, their combo structure hasn't fucking changed at all, and I fucking love it. So I was able to take the stuff I knew for MK11. Now, granted, not everything works. It weirds me out how it's like it's just a 3-button fighter, and then you have the trait. That threw me off consistently. But in terms of like having to chain into combos, like that, like, oh, okay, I could do this. That still works. Awesome. And I just remembered how bullshit. Like I pissed so many people off with Batgirl when I initially played this game. She's so fucking good. If you download the game, go pick Batgirl and just dash. And you'll see how insane her dash is. Like, she's super quick. She has an escape move that she can do a dive kick from. Or she can, like, has a teleport that she can then meter burn to trap you up and then do setup for more combos. She's insanely fun. Like,
the characters in the first game are so much better than the second game. I wanted that on record.
I will agree to that, but that's just because the playstyle of Injustice 2 was very far distance space versus Injustice 1 still has that element of like MK9 in your face, you know, get in your face kind of style, which MKX would then have. Injustice 2 has a lot of things going for it, But I think you're right in that. But the color palette is god awful in Injustice 1.
Yeah.
And I think I like the roster in Injustice 2 more. But besides that, like, it's great. I played Zatanna. I played a little bit of Zatanna. I just really just was in the training room just fucking around with buttons because at the time I didn't fucking go to training room back then. So it was fun to understand like what, because she would have this move. Her trait was this stance mode she would go into, and she would get different attacks, but she couldn't jump, and I hated that. Now I understand it. It was awesome. I know Martian Manhunter was pretty busted at the end of Injustice 1's life cycle just because of what he could do. I didn't touch him, but God, I hate that Lex Luthor's in the game though. And what was really fun though is I played Superman because of course I'm going to play Superman, and he had one of his moves is a grab, so you could literally do light, heavy, and then whoop, grab, and then you can do like the Superman fly, and then oh god, I know Superman was busted in that game too. I didn't really play Batman. I played one match online with a Batman, and he didn't want to rematch me because I don't think it got any netcode like touches like MKX did. It felt fine on my end, but it might have been laggy on his end. Who knows? But yeah, it was super fun to revisit that game. And just how fun it was. I just wish the roster was better. And I wish Flash had... God, the animations for Flash were so stupid. Like, there's one where, like, when time slowed down, and then he runs up to you and he kind of kicks you like he has hemorrhoids. Like, It's just like, oh, God, why? But it felt fun to do stuff as the Flash. So I'll probably play it some more. If anybody in our Discord has Injustice for PC and wants to play some matches, I promise not to pick Batgirl. And that's what I'll leave at that. Besides that, because I've on a fucking DC kick, because I spent $300 on a coloring book set that came with 30 free Blu-rays.
Yeah, you bought it for the coloring set.
Yeah, that's been my joke all week. And then I watched Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was one of the greatest fucking things I've seen on television ever.
Yeah.
So like I'm on the DC fucking high right now. So I re-downloaded Batman Arkham Knight. I know, boo hiss, whatever. And I just wanted to beat Batman, because unfortunately there's not a lot of DC games to play. Besides Injustice.
Play Arkham Asylum. It's better.
Or City.
I don't have that on PC. I need to rectify that, but I don't have it on PC. But like also like Knight has the 89 costume, so that's why I downloaded it again. And just playing as that. And I already beat the story like a long time ago. I forgot how much I did. The only thing I didn't do was the Riddler shit, which nobody likes doing the Riddler stuff in any of the Arkham games because they're all just tedious and.
But they're worse in that game because of the Batmobile.
Correct. I won't deny that, but they're bad. To me, they're bad in all the games. But Arkham Knight's just the worst.
Wait, your potato can run Arkham Knight?
Not great.
Okay.
Not great. When he's like in sections, it's fine. Maybe a couple of frame rate drops. When it's the Batmobile in the overworld, oh my god, it is bad. Even on low settings, like it's constantly loading. Like it's not fun, but I trudge through it because whatever. And more than the time than not, I'll just fly through the city as Batman because it's not as strenuous. But when I'm like doing a mission, it's perfectly fine. Like it gets the job done. It still looks nice. But I did
Arkham Knight for Switch. When?
Oh God, trust me, dude. If they did that, like where they packaged, because they won't package Origins because they don't want to acknowledge that game.
Yeah.
If they did package Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight on like a bundle for Switch, I'd buy the shit out of that again. Even if Arkham Knight isn't the greatest, you still get Asylum and City, which are amazing.
Yeah, those would run fine on Switch.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could make some compromises to make Knight work. Shit, again, Mortal Kombat's a later PS4 game, and Knight came out very early in the PS4. I'm pretty sure you could figure something out. But yeah, I played that, and I know I played something else. Yeah, because Crash, we're gonna talk about Crash later. I just turned on Crash Bandicoot because like I wanted to play it, and I played Warped because that was the one I didn't beat. I never beat it when the Insane Trilogy first came out. Like I started it, and then I got distracted, so I never went back to the third one. So I just started it again and just wanted to play like a 2D platformer. No, it's Crash. I just got hyped from the announcements. I was like, I want to play Crash. I'm glad I can just put it in my Switch, and there it is in all its glorious 30 frames per second, faux pas.
It's so weird that basically like the PlayStation mascot is on Switch now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, I'm over that now. I used to say it, I'm like, anything's possible. It's just, to me, it's just cool. Like,
Yeah.
And then small Animal Crossing update. I didn't play it in over 10 days. Just because of Xenoblade, not because I hated the game or anything. But I tweeted this out. But like, I love that the villagers like, hey, you were gone a while, but we miss you. I'm like, and I started ugly crying. So I love that. I love that they acknowledge that you were gone for a bit and they miss you. So yeah, that was fun. And I think the only reason I started it up again was because I was like, okay, I need a break from Xenoblade. I don't want to burn myself out, even though I'm technically at the end, like the final portions of the main game. There's still so many side quests to do. I think I discovered a new area, did a whole bunch of side quests. Glad I did them though. Very, very glad I did them. But that's all I've played really.
I played a little bit of Animal Crossing this week, and I only logged in like 2 days. One to make like 2 million bells, and the other was our shout outs to our friend Fishing with Cookie. Fishing for Cookie. She hooked me up with the price. Also, I logged in before that though, and one of my villagers was like, I feel like leaving. Can I leave? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So I just kicked one of my villagers out. I didn't even do anything.
I think whenever one of my villagers asks me, mainly if it's Camo or Pee-wee, because I kind of want to keep everybody else. If they ask me, I'm gonna like, yeah, you can go. I thank you for being with me, but you need to grow.
And then you're gonna cry in the shower.
Yeah, I will cry in the shower. If it's Scoot, I'm gonna cry because I love that little bitch.
Yeah,
I love that duck.
You can make him stay.
I know, but like, he needs to grow, and he can't grow on Marvelous Isle anymore. He's done all he can. Maybe if I build him a flower garden, he won't leave. Okay.
I'm keeping Julian though because his house is awesome. It's the best looking house.
Yeah.
That's the unicorn, right?
What?
That's the unicorn, right?
So. Yeah.
He's stupid.
His house is amazing.
What's funny is that I bought a petticoat from Able from the Able Sisters. Like, oh cool, I can look fancy. And then I had a top hat. I don't remember where. I think I got it from a present or something.
Maybe I
gave it to Colt. Did you?
I don't remember.
Maybe. I was like, oh, I got this, and then I was like, oh, Colton will love this because he's like all fancy and shit. He's the horse. And like he put it on immediately, and then he gives me the same petticoat I just bought. I'm like, oh, thanks, I'll take it. And I just sold it. It's whatever. I sold the one I bought. But yeah, that's it. All I've played. Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. So the main thing I played this week was I finished off Control. I like the ending of that expansion. It kind of leaves it off in a place where you can't really trust the authority that's in place, like the people that have been backing you throughout the first game. So that leaves it off in like an ambiguous area that I'm looking forward to. But I also played and finished off Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath.
Yeah.
And Shang Tsung, he eats up every second that he's on that screen.
Yeah, he does.
It's kind of amazing.
That's why they brought that actor back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Just the occasional like smirks, like
yeah, exactly. And the
why would
eyebrows and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank goodness they got better with their facial capture technology.
Yeah, just played through the story mode. I only did one ending. I did the good guy ending because, of course.
How did you feel about like that moment? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Justin.
One of you talk, please.
Okay. How did you feel about like that moment where everything just goes downhill? What did you? Because like I had the we're doing this now. Okay.
Just remind me what that was again.
When like, spoilers. So because just in case anybody hasn't played it yet, because it's not it's only been out for a month.
Like near the end, like the big fight.
Yeah,
okay.
like we're like it's like this one thing and it just gets worse and worse and
yeah.
God, oh my God, no.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That was pretty cool. Like I was not expecting it to go that bad, that quick.
Yeah.
I kind of loved it though because there's never any stakes. Like I think because it's a game. Ow!
Oh no!
Sorry,
oh no!
Gimli
Cat Pierce.
Gimli kicked awkwardly. In a game where like they play up the fatalities and then like you can just pick that character again, like no one ever really dies. Right. It's always kind of weird to me in the story mode when they actually kill off characters like for good. And granted, no one's ever actually dead in Mortal Kombat, but like I never quite know what to make of that. So I like when they do it, but then it's also the well, they're not really dead. Like I wonder what they're gonna do to fix it. But like that's still, I mean, it was still pretty shocking.
Yeah, I mean the moment with Revenant Liu Kang, and then you cut back to normal Liu Kang, like, oh my God, why?
Right.
Yeah, that was effective.
I won't say what it is, but
I don't totally understand how Revenants work, but that was effective.
Yeah.
Well, that was their future. That's their future selves. So because Liu Kang,
is his past.
Is the past.
Yeah.
If they share this, that's yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was actually a Revenant thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's just the timeline shit.
That's like the dope Kano moment and the main story.
Yep.
Which again, like he was dead, right? Like he's still a playable character in the game, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, like versus mode doesn't mean shit. So
yeah,
I know. But like for Mortal Kombat 12, like he'd be dead again.
I mean, no, because the universe got rewritten, so we don't know anything.
That's true. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Literally everybody's either dead or alive. We don't know. The only ones we know are alive are Liu Kang and Kung Lao. That's it.
What if we get another like Mortal Kombat Armageddon style thing where everyone's back?
No, that's too much. No, that's too
Mortal
that
Kombat
would be
Ultimate.
No. With these animations, are you kidding me?
If you ever get a new Mortal Kombat, it's just going to be like a retread of what already happened because it's at the end of the aftermath. Yeah.
They just did that with 9
much.
though. Like, are they out of new stories to tell?
Might be.
Probably. I mean, never know. Maybe we don't need another new Mortal Kombat. Maybe this is it.
Yeah, this is the third one in the trilogy. They're probably going to take a break for a while.
Yeah.
We know Injustice 3 is coming, so we've got a few years at least.
Yeah, it was a long time between Armageddon and 9, so.
Well, yeah, because that killed the franchise.
Yeah.
Plus, there was, that other game.
Yeah, we don't talk about that game.
Yeah.
The Sub-Zero game?
No. Worse.
Well, he's not wrong.
The Sub-Zero game was before that.
Yeah. That was still bad, though.
It was. Shaolin Monks wasn't bad, though.
No. It's God of War, but it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Thomas.
No, it's all good. So yeah, I played a little bit of Shiva during that story mode. Not a real big fan. Yeah. Her her range is just so short.
Yeah, it's
all gross.
I have 4 arms I can extend very long. No, short. Stumpy normals.
Yep.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Fujin though.
But her
Fujin's pretty
though.
sick.
Oh.
Yeah. He's kind of awesome. The whole wind mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Walking on the wind, yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, that's so
We gotta
cool.
do some online now that you've kind of freshened up a little bit.
Yeah, you're just still gonna destroy me, but it's alright.
Oh, I see how it is, Justin.
Didn't we find out that it has remote play?
You told me that, and I challenged you, and you still like, nah. I'm like, okay, I see how it is.
And when we do another, I can't remember what we called it, but the fighting game video, we'll do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
sure. I'll play Mortal Kombat with y'all.
I'm trying to think of what else to talk about because there's not a whole lot on my end. I played a little bit of Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I just did the tutorial part, and it's going to be way involved. I can already tell. But I'm liking the story so far. it's like, typical, like you're a mercenary, you're family of military people. They come in, kill your dad, and now you're on the run. So, typical military shit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
But yeah. Other than that, just Destiny. But you can hear that on my other podcast.
Best Destiny podcast for a non-Destiny player. I say it every time. Sorry.
Thank you.
Is it the best Destiny podcast for Destiny players, though?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't fucking play the game.
I would say yes.
I hope so.
Let's go with yes. Bring the hype.
So let's head on into the news then. We'll start off by... Sorry. I stepped right on top of you.
No. I just hit yeah.
So let's follow up from some news from last week. So Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass. Nintendo of America says it's resolving issues for players who purchased the wrong Pokemon expansion pass. So good on you, Yay. Nintendo.
Now I did play a little bit more of that across all your games.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Justin.
We're talking over each other a lot.
Yeah, we are.
I did play a little bit more of that too. Not really anything of note. I just ran around more. Because I wanted to grind out while watching Doom Patrol. Ben, I started season 2.
Is that out already?
Yeah, it came out today.
Okay.
I don't know. I finished season 1 and then it just went right into season 2, episode 1. So I don't know if it was today or not.
Crazy ending, huh?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yes, we will.
Anyway, so yeah, I ran around a little bit more in the field and stuff, caught some more Pokemon, but nothing crazy. Continue.
So let's keep it with Nintendo. So Nintendo is reportedly stepping away from mobile games. Justin, I'll just let you take over for the news stuff because.
I don't know all of the new stuff, but I did real quick while I have the floor. I realized we did not put in the Crash 4 stuff.
We talked about that last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, we talked that it was a leak, but it was officially revealed.
Oh.
Like they showed off a trailer this week.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing new to say. Like, I didn't actually watch the trailer, but because I don't really care about Crash. So yeah, I think it's funny that this came out saying that basically they have been underwhelmed by their mobile game profits,
revenue.
Thank you. Business degree right here.
Muddy. They're muddy.
So, they've been disappointed by their money.
Dollar bills, y'all.
I spent a lot of time today out like pruning my garden. I think I got sunstroke.
Mm-hmm.
So they're reportedly not planned. They have no current mobile games in development. Whether that means they're done entirely or not is up in the air. But considering they had like 5 games in development all at once at one point, I guess they're not going to make it a priority anymore. But it is funny to me that like right after this news, the Pokemon Company came out with like, yeah, dog, here's a weird cafe mix puzzle game, and here's a MOBA that works across mobile and Switch. Like, they're going all in on mobile. I guess it works for them. So I think Nintendo just didn't know how the mobile space works.
Yeah, because they didn't go to like, at least from what I hear, not scumbag tactics like you would hear
right
in most mobile circuits. Like Super Mario Run was $10, but nobody's gonna spend $10 on the game.
Mm-hmm.
They'd rather spend like 99 cents on one thing over time.
Or they went too scumbag in like egregious ways, like with the that like monthly subscription thing for Mario Kart and Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I've heard stories about the Fire Emblem Heroes game too being pretty like the drop rate and shit like that.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
But people like that.
Even
one.
Yeah, people generally like that them, but like I've heard like issues like with how how drops work and everything.
Mm.
But yeah, it gets every year.
Yeah. And staying on the Nintendo train, we got our first DLC Wave 2 Smash Fighter revealed.
Yeah!
And everyone assumed correctly it's Min Min. She's not my style. She's very much just like a zone puncher.
She's awesome.
But Ben, do you want to share more? Because I didn't really care, but like the stage is cool, but I didn't really care about her.
I mean, I think it's really cool that they incorporated a lot of them, because I actually played ARMS. I kind of wanted to boot it up this week, but I never did because I'm scared to get my ass kicked. Because I'm sure there's like some hardcore ARMS players out there who just know everything now.
Oh yeah.
So like, yeah, she's pretty much the Dalsum for this game, where long extra limbs. She's not going to be great up close. I like that they incorporated like having different arms by pressing down B, so that's really neat. Yeah, I mean, in terms of transitioning from a 3D character to this 2D, it's pretty much transitional. I love that you can have two arms like reach out at the same time. That'll probably be better in multiplayer versus single player. Or 4-player Smash versus like 1-on-1 hardcore. But yeah, I think she looks great. I wish they chose her stage though, and not the generic main stage. I mean, it's nice, it has the springs like they do in the main game. But I like that her stage is a ramen bowl. Laying it on thick there, and her hair is literally ramen. But it's whatever. I like that you has the things on the top you can get launched into. So yeah, it's really good. I know she's not everybody's favorite, but she was my main when I did play ARMS. Funny, so yeah,
I like Ninjara.
I'm kind of glad. Yeah, Ninjara's cool. From a design aspect, there are a lot of cool characters in ARMS that they added. I wish they added the clown personally, just to freak Justin out.
I wanted that DNA thing.
Oh, the gooey thing? Yeah, he's weird. I think he would have been too weird. I did wish that more of the ARMS characters showed up in the background. I mean, like, you can see their character profiles in the background, but I wish they were like, in like or something, but it's whatever. So yeah, she's good. She looks fun. She's probably gonna be I already seen people like, oh, she's trash. It's whatever. I don't care about that. She's probably gonna be fun to play. I'll probably play her out just to see how she goes. She comes out.
Well, I like some of like the aerial stuff, like how she can do that, the super launch up B move and then like kick down. That kind of thing is cool.
And she's invincible when she does the jump, at least the first couple of frames.
Yeah.
So could be a good escape move.
Like, it's a unique idea, but I don't like that A controls one hand and B controls the other. So like Sakurai even said himself, it's like, does that mean she doesn't have any specials? Well, no, it doesn't mean that, but they just work differently. But, like, she really doesn't have any specials.
Well, because the specials are the arms, so, like, when you press down B, you change your arm loadout, similar to, the regular game.
Right, but they're not that different.
You change... They are, yes, I mean, they are, because, like, the heavy one, I mean, they showed it, like, the heavy one, like, does a little thing. They all act differently. They're not, like, vastly different, but like the one that's like a little ring that has a little bit more speed. One of them has a dragon on the end that you can change into a laser at the end. So they all do very differently. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still stretching on your arms to do it. Yeah. So how to do it is different.
I mean, basically all of her moves are stretch out left or stretch out right.
You can also arc them a bit too.
A bit,
so
yeah.
You can also
arc at the end of your left or right stretch.
Yeah. I mean,
so like, I wish. I mean, it would have been a pretty dynamic change, but they kind of did it with the the Ninjara Mii Fighter, where like the arms don't extend with that, and it just kind of like has that look. But I wish they would have done something more like thematically, where it's like the different arm types take place of the different special moves. So like, it's not all just throwing your arm out. One might be like throwing a ring out, in an arc up and around, and one might be like a Mega Man style thing where like you throw down a thing and like it does like a big wide arc on the floor around you in a circle, like that kind of thing.
But I like the fact that it is like I mean, that's how they play in ARMS, and Sakurai especially. I mean, look at Ryu and Ken and even Terry. He's done a great job of keeping their play styles intact even though Terry probably fits better in Smash just because Smash is inspired by King of Fighters and a lot of SNK stuff.
Yeah.
But like Ryu and Ken are traditional 2D fighters, and he makes them work. So that's probably why that design went in there, is he wanted to be as truthful to what ARMS is. And I think I like the fact that it's unique. And that's pretty much the theme with the DLC, that they're all extremely unique in their playstyles. Are they for you? No. Are they right for Smash? That's not our call. But I like the attempt to make it work in a 2D plane. And I think they were successful. I mean, I'll know more when I play it. But
they transitioned the ARMS fight style, like you said. So that's cool.
Yeah. I look forward to annoying people online with her.
We'll stick with the fighting stuff. So Ben can have his fight corner for a bit.
I guess, sure.
So do you want to do Melee, I guess, since we're already on Smash Bros?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much with Melee, other than that there's a new program out there called Slippy, which uses the Dolphin emulator. I don't exactly know how it works because I'm not savvy in that. I'm sure the article goes into it, but I'm not reading it right now because I just posted it. And they've implemented rollback netcode into it, aka the best netcode in all of fighting games that most Japanese developers do not use. And I've known some people who played Melee. I've heard UK to California is amazing, and that's a huge long distance. I've heard good things, and you see a lot of people talking about Melee, which I know I shit on Melee a lot, but I do think this is cool. It gives a broader aspect. Unfortunately, my inner cynicism is coming out. I'm just like, when is Nintendo gonna cease and desist this? And then I saw the greatest headline ever that basically said, Nintendo unsure what to do, cease and desist Project Slippy because they don't know what rollback netcode is. And wow. I laugh my ass off because they don't.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
So it's there. The how to download Dolphin and install it there. Apparently, it's pretty easy. And it's if you want to play Melee online with your friends with good connection, it's there. So relive 2002 all over again. Melee's not dead. Melee never dies. Yada yada yada.
Too bad this doesn't work with Project M.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably net play for it, but they probably have to work to implement it in there.
Yeah.
This wasn't an easy process. I
right.
doubt it. It's probably took a while. But the other thing, which is more controversial, is the Capcom Pro Tour officially started. It actually started a couple weeks ago. And I gotta preface this because I didn't talk about it last time because I think it happened after we recorded, and then we recorded again. It was kind of out of my memory. But the first stop in the Capcom Pro Tour, because it's online now, obviously due to COVID, and it was between Europe East and the Middle East, because the Middle East can't get its own region, so it was pretty bad. And grand finals was somebody from in the Middle East. I believe it was from I can't remember what the country was, honestly. But the versus somebody all the way in, I believe it was Finland. I don't know how Finland is considered Europe East, but that's a whole nother discussion. So yeah, not great. I saw the rematch, the VODs. That was a mess. That's like Capcom literally putting their netcode full display. Our shit does not work. When you have several examples of our netcode working. So this is this is the one we're talking about today, though. Was the first North America East, the first stop for the United States, and there's actually two controversies. One involving the Capcom Pro Tour champion Idom entering and the idea of gatekeeping and people getting mad at him, even though people who have won Capcom Cup before have entered regardless, and people got mad at him. The point is, don't be mad at Idom for wanting to compete. You have to beat him eventually to win, or at least you're gonna run into him at some point. So, it's the nature of competing. But this has also involved Idom. So it got down to I believe top 8. between North America East, and Idom was looking to make his way to Grand Finals because he is the best North American player we have right now. And his next match was against a player called Metro M. And I want to preface this because some people have been spewing negative things. Metro M is not a bad person. He is not, he doesn't have any horrendous reputation in the FGC. He just has bad internet, or it could be that it's Capcom's netcode and where he's from. It's a whole number of things. But the point is, he has had a history. IDOM has him blacklisted in ranked matches and Next Level Battle Circuit, which is a tournament that happens every Wednesday. He has been disqualified for network connection issues. So it's known. So IDOM basically said that he won't play him because he is too laggy. And he cannot play. Even there's a Discord screenshot floating around showing IDOM talking like, I'm not going to play him. He can just take the win. Which is after the fact that he beat a player that he gatekeeped out of top 8. So like there's also controversy there. Which then led to a situation where IDOM actually played game 1, and I find it hilarious, but obviously IDOM probably wasn't happy, where Metro M playing Vega did dash up command grab 3 times, and then one of them EX, and then IDOM rage quit, or seemingly rage quit. It's kind of hard. It seems like a rage quit. And then El Chakute, another player, El Chakute, after the second match, he DQ'd himself, and leading to a player by the name of Mandrake and Metro M in Grand Finals, which Mandrake won, much to everybody's degree. So, yeah, a whole lot of shit. It was a mess. Like Capcom, I mean, like, I understand, this is an ideal. Ideally, we would be at CEO, and, we wouldn't be dealing with this.
What does banning the grid mean?
So I was going to get into that. So grid is the training stage, and the tournament, grid is training stage, and there's proof with Street Fighter V, and there are idiots out there who try to disclaim it, even though it's not, even though it's proven otherwise, that there are several stages in Street Fighter V that are laggy as hell and that cause inputs to be eaten. It's bad. So anytime you see tournaments being played, like online tournaments at least, NLBC, the Reddit Street Fighter tournament, or there's another one in UK who does one. There's several, but those are the big 3 that I know of. They all play on the grid because there's nothing on there, and you can get
so you get the best frame rate and the best
best connection. You mitigate the problem as much as you can.
Get rid of a bunch of unwanted stuff.
Yeah, Capcom banned it. You can't play on the grid for this. Now, technically, that was a rule in offline, because you can count the spaces and everything. But people weren't happy about that because you had to play on you could play somebody who could pick on a laggy stage, the Chinese street, which is very laggy because you have those particle effects. So yeah, there are stages that don't lag as others, but grid is you play on the grid because that's the highest level to play. You want to get the best competition. So yeah, Capcom was just sitting with a huge egg on their face with this. It's just full from our netcode sucks. Not to mention the controversy with the players DQing themselves. It's a mess, and it's only the second tournament of the year. Not much else to say else about it other than I feel sorry for the players. And Capcom is getting what they deserve. That's all I can say.
Speaking of getting caught with egg on your face, Microsoft is shutting down Mixer and partnering with Facebook Gaming. So, I don't really have a lot of opinions on this. Mixer never really caught on. It was originally Beam. I tried to use it then. I liked the service itself, the low latency streaming and stuff like that, but there was no audience on it. A lot of the chat was bots and, first timers all trying to make Beam a thing, and then they would never show up again because it wasn't a thing.
I guess signing Ninja didn't really help.
No. And then Mixer, they put a bunch of money into it whenever Microsoft bought it. They, signed some big name Twitch people to try to bring an audience over. and it didn't meet their goals. Because as a lot of YouTube competitors have learned, these kinds of like online streaming, video hosting, that kind of thing, services are extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is pretty notorious for selling off things that aren't profitable and dipping their hands into new fields that they are not equipped to handle. Not so much as like Google or something like that. Like they do better than that at least. But this is not the first time they've done something like this, that's for sure. But it's definitely a surprising one because it was to the point where a lot of the Mixer partners found out via the social media post saying that it's going to shut down in less than a month. Like some new partners were like, when did this decision get made? Like, why were they still making new deals and stuff with people like in the last few weeks?
Man, my WCW analogy really fucking works for this. Just a lot faster.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weird situation. It's like they didn't even know what they were going to do. And it could be like maybe they were waiting out on some deals and stuff, and those fell through. So like, well, crap, we have nothing else to do. So like they wanted to keep everything close to the chest until everything fell apart. But it still feels like it all happened very quickly.
Yeah.
But they're wanting to find a new choice to partner for their xCloud game streaming service, which is kind of their answer to like Google Stadia. And I think it'll be more successful. Like xCloud actually looks good. And I think it's been like in beta and stuff in the past, but they're wanting to actually make it like a big deal. And so they figured if they can't get the viewers on Mixer, then they need somewhere else to put this initiative. So they're going with Facebook Gaming, which is better. I don't know, Thomas, you were kind of defending Facebook Gaming. What are your...
I did a bit of Facebook Gaming. It's like the streaming itself is fine. But I think it's going to have reach a wider audience because Facebook.
Yeah, but I don't think of Facebook as a gaming community.
They've already had streaming services on there and everything. Like there's a lot of like prominent Destiny players that stream only to Facebook. Like True Vanguard.
But you have to be like invited to do that, right?
No, you could do it. You can just do it.
You can do it. Okay.
Yeah, I have a page and people have been liking it. I haven't streamed on there in fucking ever. So, I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be better than Mixer was. But we'll see.
I don't know. I have a Facebook. I pretty much only use it to keep family up to date on like house stuff and cats. But
that's the thing. For Facebook gaming, like quote unquote gaming, I think Facebook should just do a streaming service just by its like what they've been doing.
That's kind of where I'm getting at.
Yeah. They seem more like into like, cooking and stuff like that, like more family oriented things.
Yeah. Facebook itself can't be for everything. And a lot of people don't trust Facebook. So, like, if they were to, brand out some new service for streaming, which I get that they're trying to just bank on the Facebook naming right now. But, like...
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of YouTube gaming.
Yeah.
Like 100% the exact same thing.
And how did that go?
Not great.
Right. So, I don't know. It's a weird pick. I'm excited for xCloud, but I don't want to, like, have to use Facebook Gaming to use xCloud. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I don't understand the reason to mix these two.
Mix.
Ha.
Yeah, I feel bad for like the not ninjas and the other guy.
Well, here it says Microsoft is partnering with Facebook to transition Mixer viewers and streamers over to Facebook Gaming in the coming weeks. On July 22nd, all Mixer sites and apps will automatically redirect for Facebook Gaming. And existing Mixer partners will be granted partner status with Facebook Gaming. And any streamers using Mixer monetization program will be granted eligibility for Facebook's Level Up program.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It's all seamless, but I just don't see a lot of people wanting to use Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, if they're Mixer partners, just because they can become Facebook partners doesn't mean they're going to want to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a smart business move, I think, to continue doing it while like maybe building a Twitch audience or something too.
I think I think what you're trying to get is like the culture of streaming is not there for Facebook. Like there's no like the culture isn't there. It's always been Twitch.
Well, yeah. Well, the demographic is for Facebook users is also a lot older,
Right?
True.
versus Twitch is very much like teenagers. Versus Facebook is like your racist ass uncle who says Trump shit. Looking at you.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want like the chat audience from Facebook.
I mean, the Twitch audience isn't that great either, but
I feel like Facebook would be worse.
Yeah, like anything else I've seen, like news sites and things like that integrate their comments system with Facebook accounts are horrible, and their names are attached to that. Like, their actual Facebook profiles are attached, but they're still just the worst people they could be.
They just don't care.
So, like, at least on Twitch, there's some anonymity there.
Mm-hmm.
And they still manage to be more decent half the time than Facebook people are. And, with no transparency. With full transparency.
It's the opposite of what you're going to say.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, staying on the Facebook train real quick, I just wanted to shout this out. Developer Ready at Dawn, who made The Order 1886 and Lone Echo, has been acquired by Facebook.
Lovely.
So they will be a first-party Oculus Studios
really?
Acquisition.
Interesting.
And they will continue to develop VR content for gamers.
Huh.
They're already working on a Lone Echo sequel, which makes me very happy because I've talked about that game quite a bit. I really enjoy it. I haven't played it in a while because I have to be tethered to the PC to play that, and I have a bed in this room now, so I don't exactly have room for it. But I do miss that game. It's great. And I'm curious to see what they do next because they're very competent.
Says there's no expected layoffs, which is good.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's like, it's weird because like I don't know if it's basically going to be like Ready at Dawn is just brought into the fold and become Oculus Studios, or if it's going to be like a, like the game is branded Ready at Dawn, but it's a first-party Oculus Studios game.
We don't know
because it says they'll operate independently.
Yeah.
So it's kind of confusing. But this is their third studio acquisition since Beat Games Beat Saber, and Sanzaru Games, which made Asgard's Wrath, which I haven't played. So Facebook is getting into the gaming circle, like whether we want them to or not.
I mean, they were been into the gaming circle since they bought Oculus. So
True.
Forgot they did that.
Yeah, me too. I have an Oculus, and I still forgot they did that.
You gotta watch that extra grime off you every now and then. That Facebook grime.
I don't care. It's
all blue-inch.
It's a fun system. Let's see.
Grime.
I'm trying to go through some of these quick ones. Thomas, talk about Biomutant.
Oh yeah, so this was just like a extended like gameplay trailer of Biomutant.
I keep forgetting that game's not actually out yet.
Yeah, so the thing, like, I noticed, like, graphically speaking, that there's like a lot of clipping and stuff, and like this might be like early footage or something, but it's gonna be a bit graphically like not as impressive, but like the design of creatures and environments is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's different creatures that you could play as well, maybe like different classes or different creatures. There's things here that's like, it's kind of like got like the Horizon Zero Dawn feel, where there was like this like society that existed, and then we were in the post-apocalyptic future of it. It's fully open world. There's like a paraglider as well. It's pretty cool. They showed off a ton of different bosses, which was sweet. Like, this looks like a really creative and inventive game to play, like an action RPG.
Yeah, I remember being excited when it was first announced, but that was like 2016 or something like that, and it still looks a little rough.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, graphically, it looks a little rough, but like the designs are really cool.
So it's just kind of weird that it's been in development for so long, but
yeah.
hasn't gotten a lot of press and doesn't look amazing.
That's double A developer for you, right?
That's true.
Yeah. There's also like there's this weird hand that crawls around and shoots stuff. There's this bubble power where you can like run over enemies and like pick them up like Katamari, and just start like bouncing them around and shoot them out. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stuff about this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
I was still curious about it for sure.
Yeah,
it'll probably be a solid swimming in sevens, but
yep,
that's fine. We were just talking about Recore in the Discord and how like that game is pretty underrated and actually like better than reviews give it credit for, but like a solid 7. And this will probably be kind of along those same lines.
Yeah.
Hate that a 7's considered bad.
It's not bad.
In our eyes,
it's a game that's a lot of fun, but has some substantial flaws.
There are idiots out there who are like, it's a 7, it must be a bad game.
I like going by the 5-star scale, and like this would be like a 3, maybe 3.5, and that's like a 6 to 7. But that, like, when you say 3 out of 5, that's not bad. Like, we review matches and we say that's 3, but like that was really enjoyable. Like,
yeah. I know. No, it's just idiots who just like, if it's below an 8, it's not worth my time. Well, fuck you, then.
Right. I think 7s are. I mean, we talked about this before, but I think 7s are some of the best games out there because, like, they do have some jank to them, but they're a lot of fun. Like, they're the more unique titles.
Yeah, there's more creative
don't get
ideas.
like $200 million budgets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Deadly Premonition.
Yep.
That's not the best example.
I mean, a lot of people would rate that shit a 6, but whatever.
How about 13? Okay. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. Speaking of a game that. I don't like this transition, but speaking of a game that will probably be a solid 7, there was a bunch of new information about Marvel's Avengers this week. And, hey, I'm excited for it, but I can see that it's probably going to have some issues. Yeah, they had a whole like war table presentation where they showed off a bunch of new footage. They actually had like full-on like mission gameplay that wasn't A-Day for like the first time.
Yeah.
They even made a joke at like, I've heard people want to see something other than A-Day, so we've got 2 whole missions for you. So they showed off a lot more of Ms. Marvel in action. She looks great. And then they showed a full Thor mission. And he looked like a lot of fun. Like it was a much more like combat focused mission than I think some of them are going to be. But he was still really cool. I like his like kind of flying around looking for the next enemy and then like diving in hammer first.
Yeah.
And he had an awesome like Bifrost ult that can get past shields and just boosh.
Just like a shit ton of damage to an enemy. Yeah.
Yeah. And they showed off like the variations in the skill tree for everyone, a bunch of different costumes, how the actual like war room works where you pick your missions and stuff.
There's a helicarrier that you can like build up throughout the game.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's like you're not only changing the costumes and like augments and stuff for your heroes, but you're also like changing the aesthetic of your helicarrier and like leveling it up to bring in new like shops and stuff like that
vendors
to
and
help
stuff,
you out. Yeah. And they mentioned some are, comic characters like Hank Pym, Maria Hill, Nick Fury, and others are just random like robot vendors and stuff. And then Thomas was very excited that we finally saw the HUD.
Yeah, man. We got to see some like health bars and damage numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's a real
that is the good
game.
stuff. Yeah. Which, that all looks good. Like, I think it's a solid layout.
Yep.
With the way they lined, because sometimes that can get pretty messy. So I like the way they laid out the actual, like, where the skills are and things like that. So you can clearly see your cooldowns, but they don't take up a ton of room on screen. Mm-hmm. They showed off some of the, like, multiplayer team-up stuff with, like, each human player as a different hero and how you can do, like, team-up ults. And team takedowns and things like that. Like,
also,
there's a lot to like.
Also, you can like buff and debuff your allies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Some really cool stuff. I still think my mains are probably, at least as far as what's currently announced, I think my mains are probably going to be Ms. Marvel and Iron Man, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Can I play Hulk? I want to play Hulk.
Yes, you can. Yeah. And also you can play
Hulk.
the Hulk with the... What's the outfit called?
There's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, but there was the one with like the sword and shit.
The armor?
The Gladiator.
Hulk, yeah.
I love how I didn't watch this and
Hulk.
I instantly knew what it was.
And then I think they said there's another... there's going to be more presentations throughout the summer, but they're going to show off...
Did they show more Joss Whedon Ant-Man?
No.
They said that
good.
That they're going, like, future presentations are going to show off some of the next wave of heroes and stuff. So I'm sure we'll get like a full rundown of Ant-Man.
Joss Whedon Ant-Man, yeah.
I was gonna put his name in quotes, but this is audio. I want to shout out real quick Dum Dum Dugan, because they showed like his character portrait on here, and I can't like. I will never see anyone other than Neil McDonough as Dum Dum Dugan, because like he nailed it in the movies and Agent Carter, and like this game, Dugan looks exactly like him too.
Does he have the bowler hat?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Like he is Dum Dum Dugan now. Apparently, it's kind of like, you know, how Sam Jackson Nick Fury was modeled after Sam Jackson, like in the comics, and then they got him to play him in the movies.
Cool.
Like this is kind of the same way. It seems like.
That's cool. I didn't know. That's cool that Dum Dum Dugan's in the game.
Yeah, he's one of the people in the helicarrier. And they also showed some of the mission conflicts and stuff. Like they showed Hulk fighting against Abomination, and a few other things I can't remember what exactly. And to obviously bury the lead, they also showed that the main villain is MODOK.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Okay. No, I know, but like I just need to express my disappointment. Like, really?
Why?
Like, MODOK's fine, but like
people are really excited about MODOK.
We haven't had MODOK in such a long time in a game.
Yeah.
I guess, but I look at that look, comics are stupid, right? But that is a dumbass character design.
It's kind of awesome.
I love it. What makes me mad is I was reading an interview recently, and they said that the canceled New Warriors, like the live action New Warriors show that was supposed to be on Hulu or whatever, with like Squirrel Girl and a bunch of them. Keith David was playing a character in that show, and he was eventually going to become MODOK. Like after a few seasons of the show, they were going to like morph his character.
That would have been weird.
And so I'm super sad that we're not going to get Keith David voicing MODOK. But this game still looks cool.
His voice is too sexy for MODOK.
Yeah, that would be a very odd fit.
MODOK has to like have no emotion versus anytime Keith David opens his mouth, it's either commanding presence or like, yes, I will go to bed with you.
Yeah. I mean, he is Gorilla Grodd. Like, he nails that.
Yeah, but MODOK is very much like monotone, science, like very nasally because he's a nerd.
True. We are getting Patton Oswalt voicing MODOK in an animated show.
That's like fucking perfect.
Yeah,
that's like perfect
exactly.
casting right there.
I don't know who's playing him in this, but the voice actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but fuck MODOK. Sorry.
You can if you want. He has a big face.
I'm sure he has.
Anyway,
I'm just saying, Ultron is right there, and you're not using him. Okay.
They're doing AIM though.
And
MODOK is the leader of AIM.
Get rid of AIM and do a better group of villains. I'm surprised they didn't do Hydra, honestly.
It is a lot of like generic robots, so it doesn't necessarily have to be AIM, but
yeah.
I don't know. It feels like they're kind of doing like an Age of Ultron style thing, but with MODOK and AIM.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of other villains I'd rather them done than MODOK, but it's fine. Other people get to see him, and then eventually you'll understand why I don't like this character.
Fair enough. To be fair, he starts off as like the human version and becomes MODOK, so like there's progression there.
That's weird.
Whatever. And then on a quick note, this game is one of the ones that's going to be available for a free upgrade to next gen.
Woo.
So if you get it on PS4 or Xbox One, and you get, the next systems, you also get that version of it for free.
Nice.
Which is awesome. So I went ahead and pre-ordered it on PS4 because that's where I feel like most people are going to play, and there's also like some exclusive content and like an earlier beta and stuff like that on PS4. So like I know it's not going to run super well, but I'll have a PS5 at launch.
Yeah, during the whole video, that's all I noticed was like, or most of what I noticed was the frame rate chug.
Yeah.
Oof.
I figure it's not going to be great on any system because this is a late gen game and it's, let's be honest, probably built to be upgraded.
It'll probably run better on PC, at least in when it comes out.
Probably. But I don't know.
Unless...
This doesn't seem like a PC game to me. I just don't get that from it. Because I would have gotten an Xbox, but I'm not going to get a Series X, so I figure I'll get more value out of it by getting it on PS4. And quick note, I don't know if any of y'all have anything to say about this, but Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 was
The
announced.
good Bloodstained game.
Yeah! The actual good Bloodstained game.
It is funny they did this one and not, the actual Bloodstained game.
It's a different development team altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is Inti Creates that did it.
Gotcha.
It's 505 Games is the one that did the not so impressive Castlevania.
Yeah, but this was like a Kickstarter bonus, and it's getting a sequel.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, it's sold like crazy. It's like $10. The original was like $10.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this sequel looks great. Like, I never played the original, but like I like the different characters, and it feels like a.
Oh, you should.
The original seemed too much like a classic Castlevania game, and I don't really like those.
It's not as hard, I'll tell you that much. I mean, you can make it hard, but like it's really not. There's a lot of quality of life changes they put in not Ritual of the Night. What
Curse
is it called? The first Curse of the. They put a lot of quality of life stuff that has that feel of classic Castlevania, but not all the bullshit.
Yeah.
You can have the bullshit if you want, but like, yeah, it's amazing.
This gives me more of a Shovel Knight feel, where it's like a modern take on a classic style. But I don't know.
Was like that too.
Fair enough. Yeah, I just wanted to shout that out.
$10.
It's coming, I think, later this year. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm buying it day one. Day fucking one, baby. Game of the year 2020. Let's go.
Another quick shout out. We have another Animal Crossing free update coming this summer. It's split up into 2 waves, which I think is funny. Because it brings in swimming and diving into the game.
I got so excited.
So there's a whole new category of things to bring to the museum. Like ocean fish and things like that. And there's a new vendor out there where you can get like mermaid items.
It's weird that the vendor is just swimming around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an otter.
Is it an otter or something?
Yeah, it's an otter. Pascal? Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's from past games.
Okay. He's new to me.
But yeah, what's funny is Southern Hemisphere's in winter right now. So I don't know what they're going to do about this.
They should be getting, like, snow updates, shouldn't they?
Ice fishing?
Or...
Yeah.
Then...
Like, it feels like the game is catered to Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah. I wonder why.
I don't know. That's just, like, this is the first time it's really, I think, been a problem.
I would hope that, like, they would be getting, like, their winter updates or something.
Yeah.
Because if you started a game, you can't exactly erase that and start a new game. You'd have to buy a whole new console to do that.
Well, they can
it wouldn't...
time travel, I guess.
Well, not even... Yeah, I guess, yeah. If you really want to see winter updates, but...
I mean, they wouldn't... they would have put out a different video for what Southern Hemisphere is getting.
True.
Did they, though?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, it would have had to have been on the Animal Crossing account. I don't know.
Yeah, I just saw somebody post a video of a dude diving into a pool that was frozen over. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why?
Polar plunge.
But it was funny, so I like, that's why. Okay.
All right, and then I think I'm gonna skip this New Game Plus Expo.
Oh, really?
There's some cool stuff
I got one
here.
thing from that.
Okay, go ahead.
There's one thing from that I have to mention. It announced the final Samurai Showdown character in that expo.
Mm.
And You won't believe who it is. It's not a returning Sam Show character. It is Warden from For Honor, Ubisoft's game.
What?
Oh yeah, that was that.
Yeah, and he looks, or they, I'm gonna just say they, just to be safe. They look like the most generic knight character you have ever fucking seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to quote Maximilian, it's like somebody started to create a character on Dark Souls and just left the armor the same the entire game. Like, it just, like, okay, I guess. It's such a weird choice.
Yeah. This is where Curse of the Moon 2 was announced. I probably should have said it then. But it seemed noteworthy to mention on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, my one thing is going to be they announced a new Harvest Moon game that looks just as trashy as all the other Harvest Moon games lately. Like, this looks unfinished. Like a 3D Flash game. And it just makes me that much more excited for Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral, or what is it? Return to Mineral Town? Because, man, this is what we're getting from Harvest Moon these days.
Well, yeah, because it's because technically Harvest Moon became Story of Seasons.
Yeah, I know. But it upsets me. Like, it hurts that they're still making bad Harvest Moon games.
Tricking people?
I know. And then also, real quick, they showed the first gameplay trailer, in quotes, for No More Heroes 3.
Oh, yeah.
But Suda is talking in front of it the whole time about the games he's playing in quarantine.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's the most Suda trailer. Like, it's great. Because, I mean, you can see some stuff behind him, but, like, they're probably not going to release this trailer on its own.
Yeah.
I love it.
I can't wait till that game comes out.
And then, speaking of games we can't wait to come out, Cyberpunk 2077 also got a bunch of new information this week, and I'm going to let Thomas talk about it.
Alright.
You put it here.
I know I did.
Okay, well, while you're vamping, they did announce an anime tie-in coming in 2022, which seems late, but whatever.
Unless they plan to support the game's develop, like post DLC stuff into 2022, which that would be.
I think they will, because they announced like that multiplayer mode that's not going to be at launch. But that's
also weird.
So like this stylistically, it looks really cool. Like I'm not super into anime, but I love the art style of this. And it's a Netflix show, of course. Like everything is Netflix now. But it's called Cyberpunk Edge Runners, so look out for that.
All right,
you ready?
Yeah. So sure. So people had their own hands-on experience with it. They got to play some of the game, and we'll go through a couple of key things. So first off, there's 3 different backstories that you can pick from: Corpo, Street Kid, and Nomad. I assume Corpo is like you're part of the corporation. Like you're part of
like a noble.
Yeah, you're part of the problem, and then a street kid you play as a street kid, I guess, just someone poor living on the streets, and then nomad is basically like you live all outside of the city, like you're away from all of the cyberpunk city shit. And then eventually there'll be a point where you get to a part of the game where each one of those stories gets to a single point, and you play on from there. Apparently the customer creator is really good and really detailed. I saw a headline.
A lot of different hair colors options, which is cool.
I saw a headline that said that you could pick your own pubic hair. So, looking forward to some nudity in this game, I guess.
So the carpet doesn't have to match the drapes. Cool.
So yeah, progression, skills, and perks. Basically, you gain experience from doing things. That's how you do your level ups. You can increase your skills as high as the tribute. So if your cool stat is 6, your stealth skill will never rise higher than that. That's just some technical stuff. You earn perk points to unlock these perks when you increase your character level. But many of the perks will be grayed out when you start the game. To unlock more events perks, you'll need to spend more perk points in the specific tree. So it sounds like the problem that I had the most with Witcher 3 was that there wasn't enough skill upgrades. And it seems like they're like fleshing that out quite a lot here, which is really nice. Go ahead.
Real quick, you mentioned the color of your pubic hair. Did you see that you can pick your genitalia?
I did not.
Yeah. So
great.
You have 3 options.
3.
Penis, vagina, or none.
Oh.
So you can Kendall it if you want.
Okay.
And if you pick penis, you can choose to be circumcised or uncircumcised.
That's awesome.
Can I choose to have a robotic one?
Maybe later in the game.
Unclear.
It's a
that might be like a
It's a perk you have to upgrade. Oh, yeah.
Because if I can't have a robotic penis, what's the point of playing this game?
Mm-hmm.
It's a valid point. I like the way you think. Could you have 2? Like your normal one and a robotic one. So there's options.
Oh.
No, I would want 3 just to call it Ghidorah.
That's pretty good.
What
if I want a penis and a vagina? Is that too greedy?
I think that's too greedy.
Oh.
You either get 3 dicks or a vagina. You don't get both.
All right.
So you can have as many of either as you want, but you can't have both. Got it.
Right.
All right, moving on.
They have to have boundaries somewhere. You can also mix and match your various parts. So like you can have a stocky, muscular character with a high-sounding voice. You can have breasts and a baritone voice.
You can be Bobby Lashley.
There's they basically don't like assign you a gender, and then you create your character with whatever features you want them to have.
Yeah,
any combination of features and anything.
We're gonna see a lot of great
really cool
things come out of this character creator.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah!
Like I don't know if this game is for me, but I want to make a character in it.
Just do a whole stream of you just making characters.
I probably would, but I'd have to censor.
Stream bits, donate bits to make choices. Oh god, that's a thing.
Oh, I gotta get affiliate before then.
So there's also going to be like a morality type system where you have street cred or cyberware. They say it's not a morality system, and your street cred will only ever go up. So in addition to unlocking tougher missions, higher street cred will also improve vendor prices in stock. And there are items in various stores that require a certain level of street cred. Character level doesn't come into play for these requirements. It seems you'll be able to use any weapon or item you pick up, regardless of your character level. Buy something particularly fancy in the store, you'll need to be well known throughout Night City. So it's kind of like, two different reputation that you have to like level up. So that's pretty cool. And then that's about it. That's all the major stuff anyways. But yeah, I'm reading through this. This made me way more like hyped for this game to see all the different.
Yeah, the attribute upgrades and stuff seem a little overwhelming.
I just wish it wasn't first person.
Yeah.
Not
it was originally built to be played in third person, but for some reason they took that out. Yeah. Even though you have a really in-depth character creator, and then never get to see your character.
You see it in cutscenes.
Probably mirrors and shit. I just don't want to get nauseous while playing a video game, okay?
The characters are really pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they get ripped out, and be put into Pornhub before you know it.
Oh, cyberpunk porn. That's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, that's gonna blow the fuck up.
Oh no!
After this game comes out.
Yeah.
Especially with all the genitalia.
I bet you.
Right?
If I get this game, which means I would have to get a new console, a current generation console, or a next gen console, I will do my best to create a cyberpunk Chun-Li. That'll be my goal. Like with the blues, and maybe give her robot legs or something.
So speaking of big games, ex-PlayStation boss believes current AAA development growth is unsustainable.
Yeah, I just thought this would be a good conversation starter to end the game or end the show with.
Lovely.
What do you think? Because it is weird that, like, you know, everyone says, oh, $60 is too much for a game, but, like, they're stupid expensive to make now, and that that has not adjusted for inflation like everything else in the world has.
They're not even 60 anymore. They're like 120 when you count in for season passes and shit.
Well, that's why they have to do that stuff, though.
Yeah.
They do all the deluxe editions and things like that. So, like, you're getting something for that money, but they can charge more than $60, but then they still have to provide content for that money, so it's inflating the cost even more. And a lot of it's, you know, digital things. Like, for example, with Avengers, there's a digital deluxe edition that gets you, like, more stuff in game and, like, a 3-day early playtime for, like, $10 more. And so, like, that seems worth it because, I mean, it's, you know, to the average person, it's $10 more. But for them, like, they don't have to put a lot of money into the development of that digital content, which is just, like, money to spend in the customization shop and I think a few different skins. But, you know, they can get $10 more from everyone. So, like, that kind of stuff goes a long way in helping the price. But that's why we get a lot of these, you know, glitchy, undercooked games or, like, ridiculous crunch trying to get a game out on time to meet the fiscal quarter because they have to ship something. You know, they're not making any money while the game's in development. That kind of thing. So, like, everyone talking about the, you know, curbing the issues in the gaming industry don't seem to be willing to sacrifice the price of the game in order to get those better conditions. And that's weird to me. I don't know. Am I alone in that? Did I say that weird?
What? I was just here thinking about prices in Canada being risen. Like, we recently had a thing where Crash 4 was listed as $79.99 here. Mm-hmm. And that just, like, shocked everyone. But that listing has been taken down, so we don't know if that's the right price for that game. Like, just a Crash game costing like $80 without tax.
Yeah. I would assume that's not a full price game anyway.
It was listed as one. It's listed in America as a full price game.
Maybe because it's new instead of just, like, remakes of old games. I don't know. But real quick, like, we can get back to the discussion, but I realized that we just read the headline and then started talking. So Sean Layden, the former boss of PlayStation, said the problem with that model is it's just not sustainable. So the $69.99 game model,
or $59.99.
$59.99. He explained that current generation development costs reach between $80 million and $150 million, excluding marketing costs. Which anyone that knows anything about marketing knows that can double the price.
That's what they usually say about film budgets, right? Like, just double the budget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because ads are stupid expensive for what you get out of them. Anyway, and the work can take up to 5 years to complete. Furthermore, AAA budgets have historically doubled each generation, meaning that PS5 development costs could hit $300 million.
Jesus.
He says, I don't think that in the next generation you can take those numbers and multiply them by 2 and think that you can grow. I think the industry as a whole needs to sit back and go, all right, what are we building? What's the audience expectation? What is the best way to get our story across and say what we need to say? So basically what he's pitching is if we're going to do these big, pretty 4K games, they're going to have to either be smaller in scope or more expensive. Or maybe the developers need to alternate between the big titles and putting out, you know, smaller bite-sized stuff. Like, for example, what I think Miles Morales is going to be. You know, using that Spider-Man PS4 engine that they already built, make a smaller game that can kind of test next-gen hardware without being a, you know, $300 million game, and try to recoup some of the costs of next gen. If they do more things like that, like put out multiple games in the same series using that same engine, rather than spending, the entire console generation on one game, like Naughty Dog did, which, I mean, they made, Uncharted 4, but they spent most of the time on Last of Us 2.
Even Rocksteady, like they only made that Arkham Knight, and then that was it, right?
Yeah. I think they've had some troubles, though. They've definitely had something in development.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, they're not like an Activision, or like they're under WB Games, I guess, but like they're not like a giant publishing studio or anything like that. Right.
The ones that are profitable are the ones that put out the, yearly titles with barely anything changed. And I don't like that either. But, like, that's how they have to make money. That's the only way they make money.
That's why Call of Duty is still
traditional game development doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madden.
Right. Or you get these, microtransaction heavy games, or, multiple season passes that cost $40-$50 a pop, because something has to recoup the costs. Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering, like, would it be better to have a more expensive price up front? Like, let's say, shift games to the $70-$80 range for next gen, or to continue things the way they are and, nickel and dime the player base. So, like, the 1%, essentially, like the hardcore players, are the ones completely funding the game, and everyone else just gets it at $60 and can put their time into it and be done. Which isn't necessarily sustainable, because they have their models that they look at, and they figure, okay, this many people are going to have to buy this content in order for us to break even. So we'll develop for this many people, and if we don't hit that goal, then we'll have to, monetize another way, and like that just adds a lot of complication to it too.
Yeah. This has been a discussion for a long time now. Like,
yeah,
just like AAA development in general, and the way to monetize games, and next console generation, if we don't like have like a good change for like just purchasing and stuff, you'll probably end up seeing a lot of big studios close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
And I think that's going to force a change then.
Yeah.
I'd rather like everyone have kind of a game plan, so they can, inform people up front that they have to change or whatever. And it's the internet, they'll still complain, but those same people that complain are the same ones that complain about the working conditions and how they should treat their employees better. But you can't pay them well. You can't, ship a game on time without crunch. You can't do all of those quality of life things if you're not making the money.
Yeah. And I think if you just increase the price of games, you'll see people spending less, or maybe spending less on games, or just staying with a certain game. Like, I probably wouldn't buy so many if it was increased even more, and I would just stick to Destiny more often.
But I think that's also why we're getting more of those games as service games.
Yeah.
Because they have a longer tail.
Yeah.
I mean, look at GTA 5. It's still getting released.
Well, GTA 5 is just a monster.
Yeah.
It's an anomaly. Nothing makes money.
But I'm saying, like, that game makes money.
Yeah.
So they realize they can keep putting it out.
Right. And then I don't know how that will affect the fighting game community, because, like, Ben, do you feel like it's already costing too much for these games, or?
I mean, I don't think so.
No? Like the extra characters and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, the only one that's like really egregious with it is Mortal Kombat, I feel. And even then, like $40 is whatever, or $100 for the premium. Like that's what I said. Like, to me, like they've been expensive for years. It's just that they don't include it in the base price. You have the option, to choose whether you want the base or the extra stuff up front, or you can maybe get it later, or you can wait a year from now and get it on sale. So, like, I mean, like, to me, like, for at least from the fighting game perspective, like most developers are even Capcom's like pretty smart on it in terms of like being, pro consumer, not being too bad. There's not a lot of microtransactions in fighting games. I mean, Capcom tried it, but it's you can't use IRL money in Street Fighter V or anything like that, or definitely MVCI.
Street Fighter versus Tekken.
Like, I mean, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. But they learned. That was bad. That was bad. Go watch Mag Muscle's What Happened with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and you'll learn everything.
That's what I was referencing.
But like I mean, like SNK released Samurai Showdown last year, and if you just pre-ordered the game digitally, you got the season pass for free.
Dang.
So like, and then like, I think on Switch, it's like if you buy, there's a $44 version, which is just the base game, and then if you buy the $6 version, it comes with the game with all the first wave of DLC characters. So yeah, I don't think fighting games are necessarily too really affected. To me, it's just how it's been. Like, character comes out, new game comes out, first wave of DLC, and then, you know, if it's supported enough, we'll get another wave. Like, it's a miracle that Capcom's doing, you know, another wave of DLC. You know, that's even a miracle. So yeah, like from my perspective, I don't really see a lot of this just because I don't play a lot of the stuff that's like big AAA stuff, like either like except for Mortal Kombat. Like that's the biggest AAA. I mean, like I would say Mortal Kombat is the only AAA. Like this is coming from Max's perspective. Like after he talked about it, and he's right. Mortal Kombat's the only AAA fighting game developer. When you talk about the anime, like its presentation, its looks, character models, and like everything, like Street Fighter doesn't come close to it. None of the like Smash is a whole nother degree because that's not even a true fighting game. That's more of a party game. But like it's the only one I would consider AAA. Like everything else is kind of small. Like Street Fighter 5, you know, is budget as hell. So like that game shouldn't even been made unless Sony came in. So, yeah, like it doesn't have the problems, but at the same time, like we've seen it with MVCI where they didn't market that game very well, and you know the DLC, nobody talked about that, and then DLC there was nothing. The game died, like in terms of like
that's why marketing is so expensive.
Yeah, I mean that game had no budget too, so
yeah,
like, it wasn't even that expensive. The game had no budget.
But no, I'm just saying like marketing can make or break a game. That's why they know they can charge out the butt for it.
Yeah. So yeah, like, yeah, I don't think the fighting community, at least the current games now, have that. I know Tekken might have some stuff, but I'm not too familiar with it, so I can't comment on that. I know Dragon Ball has in-game transitions, but that's like for costume shit. It doesn't like there's no gameplay stuff for any fighting game with it. So, but I think they're fairly priced for what they are, $60, or you know. Fighting games usually do like the Game of the Year edition or like this edition at the end of the year or the following year. Like you could buy Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath right now for $60, and you get this year plus last year's for way less than I bought. Mm-hmm. So I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I see a problem more for the single player focused games, like you know, Cyberpunk, Spider-Man, Horizon, like those kind of games that are just a really good, like, lengthy single-player experience with, I mean, yeah, they could have DLC, things like that, but you can't really inject microtransactions into that, although Assassin's Creed found a way.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah. And, like, I wonder what's going to happen to games like that. Like, if we're just going to get less of them because they take so long to create and don't have that tail on them.
Yeah, you always hear about how well they sell though, but then after that you hear that wasn't enough, and it's like like the Tomb Raider one is a great example. They sold like I don't know, I can't remember how much it was, like 4 million, and then Square Enix was like that was a disaster. Or it wasn't.
DMC Devil May Cry is a great example of that, where like it sold good, but it didn't meet Capcom's expectations or there's a I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of that stupid shit.
Yeah, because they're so expensive.
Why are you projecting it? Yeah.
And all you have is the price of the game.
Yeah.
So I think, like, maybe, which, you know, nothing's going to happen from us, but my pitch would be to have more of a sliding scale for game prices. So if it's something that, you know, is more of like a games as a service thing where it's got the microtransactions, it's got that long-term tail, $60, no more. Because, you know, they get their money. But, like, these next-gen single-player, like, open-world, expansive adventures, maybe 70 or 80 is okay. Because you're paying up front for the game. With the promise of no added microtransactions or anything like that. Like, give free content updates in the future, whatever. Like, Spider-Man with the suits that came out over time. All of those are free, except the ones that were tied to the DLC. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Things like that, like, you can have that good faith of, hey, you pay more for this, big experience where everything is included in the game, and we'll take care of you. But, like, if it has microtransactions in it, like, it has to list that on the box, and it can be no more than $60 retail. I think that would kind of fix it on both sides. And maybe some of the fighting games, the not AAA ones, they could still be like 30, 40, whatever they are.
I think they should all go to the KI model, honestly.
Yeah.
Free to play, one character free, get your taste, and then, pay what you want. Mm-hmm. Pay for the character that you want, and then go from there. I mean, KI didn't. The reason Killer Instinct got dropped is just because Microsoft didn't give a shit about it.
Right. But like, you start playing online with the one or two characters you have, and you play against other people that have all of them. You're like, man, that character's cool, and then you'll buy it. Like, that works with fighting games. Yeah. It doesn't work with most other games.
Right. That's why that's why I said that fighting games should move to the KI model.
I think that's smart.
It doesn't work. It doesn't.
I mean, a lot of like the hero shooters and stuff do that. They're free to play, and then you buy the heroes. Yeah. Why not do that with fighting games?
Yeah. Or like I bought KI the when season 3 happened, which is basically the complete version of the game. Mm-hmm. That came with everything. Some people want everything, but some people just want to play that one character, and I think you should have that option. And
yeah, because like, for people that love the gaming industry so much, we don't take very good care of it. We encourage the the microtransactions and things like that of those scummy companies while complaining about those same things, but then don't think that anything priced more than $60 is worth it, and that they're stealing our money or whatever because gamers are entitled. But like, I'll put out a little bit more for like a nice digital deluxe or something that has some stuff that interests me. I've bought a few limited edition things. I don't usually, because they're ridiculously rare and I don't feel like playing that game. With all like the pre-order bonuses from different stores and all that stuff. But I think a lot of those sleazy tactics would go away if we could just better fund the industry. And we don't want those original ideas to go away, because like the yearly licensed titles, like the sports titles and things like that, the Call of Duties, that stuff, those aren't going away anyway. They make their money. What we lose is the originality. And I don't want that.
Well, this is like why I primarily stick to what Nintendo does in indie games for my single player content. I understand that's not for everybody, because it's nice, like seeing Final Fantasy VII Remake reminded me of that big, it's like watching a popcorn movie. Like, sometimes you just want that. Unfortunately, that doesn't even exist that much anymore, because when the big AAA games do release, sometimes they're jank as hell and they're broken.
Well, even that, they made a third of the game $60 because it's the only way to cover the cost of the game development.
Yeah, that's why I kind of shifted my game preferences towards smaller indie projects, where most of the time I am getting a full experience for $20, maybe $40 at the most, and then hey, if I get lucky, it gets DLC content. See, Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
but that's because of Kickstarter, stuff like that. But that's an anomaly. But that's why I don't have a dog in this fight. Like, I really don't. I don't feel like I do, just because of my preferences of what I play. It doesn't skew to that high level because I just see it as trash. So I don't put my money towards it.
Yeah, but it's like Thomas said. I don't want these studios to start closing because they can't afford to develop games.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened to the AA tier. Like, THQ went under, and a whole bunch of other publishing and studios went under. Like this. I think that happened during this console generation, didn't it?
Yeah, that shift.
Pretty much.
So maybe next console generation we'll end up seeing like WB close down or something.
I mean, AT&T already wants to sell WB games.
Exactly, right.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, I'm not gonna I can't like personally put the test on myself. I'm like, make a game I actually care about, maybe,
Well, yeah, everyone's gonna have their preference,
right?
Yeah, but that's why I'm glad I tailored my experiences to what I play, so I can enjoy it.
Yep.
But yeah, anyone else with thoughts out there? I'd like to know, like, if we're on the right track or if that would never work. Or I enjoy these discussions.
So we do have a question from the chat. We have a question from Mike.
Mike, the TV,
and he asks us, "What video game world would you like to escape to?"
Escape to?
The Last of Us. No.
Oh God. Well,
no.
Given our current climate, would that be better or worse?
Probably better.
Probably, because
See,
I don't know. That's
the obvious answers are like my favorite series, so I can hang out with those characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them are super dangerous. I think I'd want to escape to the Pokemon world.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that would be. Yeah,
that sounds fun because you don't have to do any of the fighting. You just throw out your slave monsters.
There's no danger to humans,
right?
As far as I understand.
I mean, you could probably get eaten by a Gyarados. I imagine there are Pokemon out there who eat people.
There's probably accidents every now and then. Yeah,
that's only if
you get the tail end of a Taurus.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you just walking your Pokemon, all of a sudden a Taurus just hits you out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're animals. Like
I want to see
they
that
act like
show.
Wild animals.
Like the Darwin Awards of the Pokemon world.
Oh God, that would be a great video.
Yeah,
like if somebody did that shit. I would live in Colombia. Racist old Colombia. No, I'm just kidding. No.
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 When you said I want to hang out in the worlds like where my favorite video games are or whatever, I was thinking you were gonna say like Mario Kart or something, because like you just be racing against like Mario and
that would be fun.
Link.
I feel like that would get old though.
I have a legit answer.
All right, go ahead.
Because it's Mass Effect, like the Citadel. Like it's not great, but it's a hell of a lot better than what our society is right now. So I would love to escape to the Citadel.
I'd probably be the best dancer on the Citadel, considering how badly everyone else dances.
Yeah.
Thomas?
Well, you don't want to be in the world of Destiny because it's post-apocalyptic. And everything is trying to kill humanity. So.
Plus Nathan Fillion is dead now.
Yeah.
He was the best part. Like, I'd get a beer with him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, he's a robot.
Jeez, I can't think of one, because there's not, like, I don't want to live in a video game world, right? I just want to shoot shit when I'm in a video game.
I would say, well, what about, what was that Ubisoft game? Where you're in New York, you're in a modern day, you're in America, and it's like war-torn.
Oh.
Division?
What was that called? Yeah, which is basically what we're living right now.
It's The Last of Us.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like The Last of Us is after The Division. Like, The Division is the beginning, and then you get to The Last of Us.
Watch Dogs would actually be kind of fun. Because it's like neo-futuristic.
We already in Watch Dogs, my guy.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, that's the world I want to live in.
That would be cool.
All right.
That would be...
I mean, that's kind of just our world. That's kind of a cheap answer. But
right, exactly.
But, like, you have money in GTA, and you can get money
Not everyone does.
Though.
Actually, you know what? My real answer is going to be Destiny 2 if I'm a Guardian. Because I can live forever. I can't die. Unless someone kills my ghost, but then I'll just not have that happen. Easy enough.
I would try to become a Spectre, even though they hate humans.
Alright, so I guess that's our answers.
My answer was the best.
Yeah. No, this is good. I just Pokemon would be nice, but I don't think I'd want to. Imagine you swimming in the lake, all of a sudden, oh, there's a Gyarados. That's the equivalent of running into a shark. Let alone the actual shark you'll run into.
I mean, you surf on a Pokemon, though. You don't go swimming on your own.
You can.
Just throw a Pokeball at it and run, because it'll struggle out of the Pokeball.
It's true. It'll give you a second.
What if you don't have any, though?
Although I gotta say, there's very few things scarier than I was doing the DLC. You go out into the water, like on your little water bike thing, and a Sharpedo just straight through the water after you.
Sharks are terrifying.
It's terrifying.
You know what'd be a fun, like a pleasant world to live in? Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, get really close with your neighbors.
I feel like that's
you have
too
like
easy.
KK Slider coming by every weekend for a nice concert.
Ample opportunities
I
for
feel like I
bestiality.
would go insane, though.
Why?
I personally feel like I would go too insane. Because it's just too mundane.
No, but like you're in the world of like you already get like like the PC, like your computer and shit and TV.
No, not even that. I guess, but like I don't know.
Yeah, all the same stuff is there.
I guess. Okay, maybe fair enough. As long as I get to still watch my anime, I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what the TV's for.
I want to have control over who lives in my village, though. No uggos.
Judgmental.
If you lived in that world, you could do it. You just go straight up to them and tell them, "Get the fuck out!
Get the fuck off my."
Like, I wouldn't even feel bad. I'd be like, Scoot, you're
God.
dumb. Get out of here.
God damn.
Ruthless, man.
Scoot's fine.
Ruthless.
Oh, you know what? I changed my answer. I want to live in the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 universe, so I can fuck my weapon. There you go. That's my true answer.
Right.
Final answer.
We finally got to the real heart of this
sure?
answer.
Yeah, I'm horny.
So Justin, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Zero Score if you look. I screwed it up. Take two. You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch. I had a new video, an underrated games video out this week, and I'll be streaming more Spider-Man on Monday. So check that out.
Ben.
You can follow me at twitter.com/marveloussiggy for all things concerning the Marvelous One. And then, of course, the first ever episode 0 of our new show of the Charge Shot Network is out. Atomic Shot episode 0 is officially out. It's a thing. It exists. It's manifested itself. Me and a coworker of mine named Tyler, a friend of mine named Tyler, before we divulge into the world of Godzilla, we basically talk our origins. I apologize for the audio issues. First time doing this, at least on his end, I think. So just we figured it out, but it's there. So we talk about our origin story with the Big G. So if you're new to Godzilla, come along. I want to try to get as many new Godzilla fans as much as possible, and or if you just don't have a lot of Godzilla fans around you, and you want to feel part of something, come join too. And of course it's right on there. It's going to be in the same podcast feed, so just give it a listen if you're interested. And then of course our first movie will be Gojira 1954, which I believe that should be available via HBO Max. If not, you can rent it off of Amazon. So if you want to watch along with us before we do our official review. And then my Animal Crossing video that I'm going to do, I'm going to do an island tour of my home. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because I haven't planted the flowers that I wanted to plant, and my bridge isn't built yet. So once those are done, that's when I'm going to do the video. Basically, like this is my tour. This is my island. Show off my neighbors. All that good stuff. Plan is to get it out before the update happens, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it for me. Holy shit, I have stuff to promote. That was weird.
Right? So you can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter, CSG Thomas. We're also here on Twitch as Kane Play Stuff. You can catch the shows every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And you can email me, thomas@charshot.com. Rate our show on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts, leave a 5-star review. That way we can get it out to more people. We also have a Discord that you can join on as well. Links are on charshot.com. Also, our Destiny Discord is blowing up. I think we're at capacity now for our clan. So we might have to make another one. Who knows? But yeah, until then, guys, enjoy your games and have a good night.
Wash your hands.